Woodhill prison. I've just had a 2-hour meeting with Tommy Robinson. I think the first thing is the imposing nature of this prison. This is not a low category prison. We've been through more gates than Farmer Barleymow. I mean, it's just ridiculous how much security there is in the place. We had to, go through, must have been 10 different high security gates, high security barriers. Obviously all the rest of the prison visiting's pretty much bog standard, but the security is something else. We got to see Tommy. He was sitting there waiting for us, and basically loads of hula hoops, Doritos, Coke, and drinks on the table, which was great. So we had a really good meeting. Like I said, we're there for 2 hours. We discussed everything. We discussed the political situation in the world. We discussed what's happening in politics in the UK, and it was all very, very positive. Tommy himself, considering that he is locked up for 21 hours a day, and remember, he's only getting visits on 4 days a week, so he's locked up the vast majority of the time. He is coping remarkably well, and again, what it shows to me is he's incredibly resilient. I mean, just going into the gates of that thing is difficult enough, let alone sitting and doing what he's doing, week in, week out, day in, day out. He was telling me he's been doing a Bible study with a Pentecostal pastor that's taking him under his wing on I think he's doing that on a Monday, which is great because obviously he's getting an overview of the Christian faith, which is what it's all about. He's talking about the events. He's talking about what he wants to do when he comes out, and there's a plan for a massive, and I'm going to say that about 6 times, the biggest free speech event that's ever been held in the UK. That's what we're planning on doing in September. And again, we're going to work on dates, and we're going to get an exact date for that. But that's going to be something that the UK has never seen before. We're going to have hundreds of thousands of there. It's going to be as simple as that. We'll talk about other things relating to the movement. Again, things that we're not necessarily going to go into on this video. But I think the encouraging thing is that he is coping well. But the discouraging thing is he really shouldn't be in there. I mean, the reality is he is in the wrong category prison. He should be in a DCAT prison, and he should be, really and truthfully, we believe that he should be getting home with a tag. Now, whether that ever happens or not is another story. But I think we've got to be very, very mindful that he has been treated not as a civil prisoner, but as a Category C prisoner. And of course, he's not a criminal. He hasn't committed a criminal offence. It's a civil offence that he's in prison for. All sorts of other things. I mean, I think one of the things that he's very aware of is the support that everyone's given him on the outside. He specifically mentioned the amount of support he's been getting from Christians who are telling him they're praying for him, that they're caring about what he's doing. And he said the amount of emails that are coming in, if he hasn't responded to you, he said they're very, very slow in processing the emails. And obviously, keep sending as many emails as you possibly can. He's reading every single one that comes in, but sometimes him being able to get back to you is a difficulty because of the way the system's set up. So yeah, it was great. It was in terms of seeing Tommy, it was great to see him. It was great to see him looking well, looking focused. He's got a laser-like focus about what he wants to do when he gets out. And again, I'm not going to give any of that away, but it's all about saving the country. And his motivation in all of this is for his children, his children's children, my children, your children. He's doing this for the country, and he's doing this for the future of the country. And I think that's what's carrying him through and keeping him so positive. So yeah, not an ideal way to see Tommy, but at the same time, he is okay at the minute. But we need to look at this. We need to have this recategorisation. He's very excited about what's going to happen on the 1st of February. That event on the 1st of February is going to be totally focused on his welfare in prison, on what's happened to him, on why he's been mistreated, not by the prison officers, but by the system. He shouldn't be in a high security prison. He should be in a lot better circumstances. That's what we're going to focus on the event on the 1st of February. And Tommy's fully behind that. He's fully behind that event. And also, he's very, very aware of what's happened to the prisoners that have been locked up unjustly after the dreadful incident in Southport. He's very, very aware of that, and he wants them to be a focus of the event on the 1st of February as well. So there's a lot going on. said a lot of stuff that I'm not going to obviously disclose just on this first video. I need to process everything that he's told me and work out what we can talk about, what we can't talk about. But the good news is he's massively positive. The bad news is he should not be in that prison. He should be in a much lower category prison, and a lot of people believe he should be getting out on a tag very, very soon. So that's where we're at. So that's the update from Woodhill. Certainly an experience going through that, going through those doors, and for him to be in there and locked up 21 hours, to me, he shouldn't be in prison at all. He should be free. And I'm still saying free Tommy Robinson, and that'll be the focus of the event on the 1st of February. I'll see you all soon.